So. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's me, Ada. Don't mind me. I just did my hair. This is the best I can do because when you're going through detox phases, your hair or your whole system there doesn't feel so pretty. So, best part of it, that's why they created hats. And that's why I wear a hat until I get myself better where I can actually start combing my hair and doing my things. Can't believe I'm doing this live on video, but who cares? Anyway, I just wanted to say good afternoon. I haven't slept. I took the white magnet which I got this weekend, and I took it this morning. It worked wonders. I took it at 8:45, and it lasted all the way to like 3 something or 2:45, close to 3 o'clock. So it's about 5.5. Could have lasted a little bit more if I would have hung in there. But I was starting to feel pain in my knees. I have arthritis in my knees and stuff, and it was starting to really wreak me. I could have took a Tylenol with arthritis like I do, but I still wanted to try the yellow magnet, and I did. But this morning when I did the white magnet, I took a teaspoon and then a little bit more, and it was strong, and it didn't need to be that strong because it was good. So I said, I'm going to do the yellow. So I did the yellow like about 3 o'clock, maybe 2:45. And I did a half a teaspoon. So maybe that's 2 grams. I don't know. 2 grams. And then what I did was I mixed it a little bit with some green magnet too, because of the pain in my knees. And I wanted to see how the yellow is. The yellow is okay. And I mixed it. Yesterday when I took the white magnet, it was great. It was great. It did its job this morning. And you know what's confusing to me? What's confusing to me is that I feel freaking normal. And that is my problem. And I know you're probably trying to figure it out, like, what is this girl problem? She feels normal. I'm not sick. I'm not withdrawing. I'm not anything. You got to understand, I've been on suboxen for 4 years. So when I'm on suboxen, I'm a totally whole different person, sociable, running back and forth here and there, going out, doing this, and just everything. And it's been actually, I got my count straight now, it's 37 days and 8 days, no withdrawals. So this normal part for me right now doesn't feel normal. I don't know if you would understand that. I don't feel fucking normal. I'm normal, but I don't feel normal. I haven't felt normalcy in about 4 years. So all this is brand new to me, and I had to actually decided to go on my antidepressant, have a chemical imbalance, because if I don't feel normal, this is what normal is, being clean. And I've been clean from heroin for like maybe 10 years or more. And I got caught up in this mess with the suboxen just to try it, and I liked it. And being that I was an addict, I was always looking for some type of high or something to get me out of my depression, and that was it. And I got turned inside out with that. And I stayed on it because they said it'll stop the craving. I really didn't have craving for heroin because I was in a big timer or nothing like that. Something happened in my life, which I don't care to discuss because it's over with, and the past is the past. And I lost a lot, but things are better now. And I didn't realize this little orange thing was so powerful. They always say little things come in big little things, or come in little big packages, or whatever. That little piece of thing, just like, I didn't think it was going to be that powerful. I never read up on it, because if I did, I caught an addiction in the streets. this wasn't prescribed to me. I had to get it prescribed after I found out that I got hooked on it. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why? I'm not feeling right. And so I went back on it thinking he was going to detox me little by little. And then before I know, a year turned into 2 years, 3 years, 4. So I was like, you know what? So I don't get depressed on this. And I like the feeling. And it was giving me quite a high. And sometimes I'll stop for 2 days and then take it. And it'll just lift me up, and loved it. That's why that's the lifestyle of an addict. You know, I would stay clean for 2 days off the suboxen and then take it. It was like a new high for me. It's crazy. So now I'm in this normal episode and I don't feel normal, but it's normal. So I find it kind of hard to, like, my thoughts all over the place. Like, I feel like I don't know what to do with myself. It's stupid, but like, the house is clean, everything. What do I do now? What do I do with myself? I'm waiting to go to work. And I was going to take a nap, but I decided not to. I said, let me try the yellow. And I took only a half a teaspoon, and it worked pretty good. And then a little bit of touch of the green, and I mixed it together, and it was okay. But like I was saying, this normalcy thing here, I'm not used to it. So I started taking my antidepressant pills because maybe that'll help me, like, not get normal, but I have a chemical imbalance and I don't want to upset that. The Kratom was helping because all during those 30 something days, I didn't take any antidepressant. I just wanted the Kratom. I wanted it to, the Kratom is a selfish plant, and I didn't want to ruin it by putting any other thing in my body. And I wasn't depressed. Even through those brutal days, I didn't feel the depression. I was depressed, but it didn't bother me as much as the withdrawals were killing me the most. Didn't have the time to be depressed. I was too sick to be depressed. So now I said, you know what? I need to get back on my antidepressants. There ain't no shame in my game. I've been bipolar for many, many years. That's not going to change. If anything, to me, that's not an opiate. So be it. If I have to stay on that to survive, and it's a chemical imbalance. That's all it is. I'm not a person, when people hear bipolar, they think, oh, you switch person. No, it's a chemical imbalance in your body. Okay, I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not none of that. And, but I felt, Ada, go back on your antidepressants because the fatigue was killing me. That's my sister. I'm not going to answer. The fatigue was killing me. So I felt that the fatigue, if it continued without me doing any of the Kratom, the yellow and white strains, if I continue to try to battle the fatigue without trying to help myself, the depression was going to set in, being that I stopped the green strains. Well, I stopped it the other day, but I did a little bit today, but there's no reason for me to really be taking the reds or the other ones because I'm not really withdrawing. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I do feel a little something jumping in there, but it's not enough for me to get up and have a cup of Kratom. It's just not. So, so it's probably leftover crap. I don't know what it is, or my body trying to get itself back together, whatever it is, even through the wrist withdrawal in the beginning, and that would put me to sleep, and I would only take half of that because it was so strong for me. I'm a tiny person. And when I was withdrawing, that tiny piece didn't do nothing. I stayed up and watched the sun go up and down for days on ends and weeks on end. It was horrible. I was a walking nightmare, and that's why I decided to detox during the winter, because I could hide under my hats and my coat and put the scarf on my face and people won't really notice. But in the summertime, people can notice your expressions and stuff. So I was hoping, that at least by the summertime that I will be over this. The worst part is over. The withdrawals are over. Sometimes I do feel a little chill here and there. But hey, listen, compared to what I was going through, it's okay. I'll just put a little sweater on. And then I'm also going through menopause. So it's a combination of everything together. But as far as the withdrawals is concerned, if I'm not having it during the day, why would I be having them at night? It just doesn't make any sense. So it's kind of confusing to me. So it's all new. Maybe my body's changing. I don't know, you know. It's hard to pinpoint, but I do know that I'm drinking the yellow and the white magna because I feel the fatigue, extreme fatigue during the day. And it's kind of horrible to feel that way. I it's just like I'm non-functional. And then I get like, the anxiety too comes up, and I don't know which one is worse, the anxiety or the fatigue. Imagine walking around like that all day. I can't do it. I can't function. I can't function. So I asked around, and they said the white and the yellow, and then I was worried it wasn't going to be the right one or it was going to be no good. And Lord and behold, it turned out to be good. But like I'm saying, as an addict, I'm always looking for something. Like, I can't get that shit out of my fucking head. Like, you withdrawed already. What am I looking for? Like, how much more do I want to feel? That's the hard part about staying clean. Staying clean is the hardest part. You know, I was clean for 10 years, and then I started messing with this suboxen in the street. Had no business doing that, but I did it anyway with my addicted personality. So go figure. I punished my own self without realizing, without looking and learning and all that. If that was the case, I should have just left it alone. I went to no doctor, but he didn't even explain to me any of the process or anything. And this month, I didn't even go give urine because the weather was bad, and he sent the prescription to my house anyway. I mean, Jesus, fuck. He still want to get paid without seeing me? So Friday, I'm going to go give urine because I need to see him one more time because he does give me my antidepressant pills. But mostly he's a suboxen doctor. So I know what he's going to say. I can't treat you anymore for the depression pills. You're going to have to go down to the first floor, which is the psychic area. And I don't want to go there because every month they want me to go to therapy. I have nothing to say to them. All I want to do is pick up my meds, and that's it. And if you don't go there, stop your meds. So I know that's going to be an issue for me because I don't feel I need to sit down and talk to anybody. If I have a fucking problem, I call a hotline or something. That's just the way I am. All my life, I have spoken to psychiatrists. I really don't want to sit with you for a fucking hour. I got better things to do than that. I'd rather sit home and talk to somebody on the phone. I don't want to sit and wasting my car fare, going to see you to tell you how I feel, so you could sit there and analyze me or write me another prescription because today I don't happen to feel well. No. So I might have to be looking for another doctor or another place to get my psych meds because I'm not doing that. And that's part of the process when I get moved downstairs, that I have to go to therapy. Like, fuck. All I want is my meds. I don't need to go see. But that's that money. Sucking that money. I don't need to see a psychiatrist. I saw one years ago. I've been diagnosed. So I don't see the need for me to see a psych. What the fuck? I don't have time for that. I don't. Sometimes if I get depressed, it's because I've stopped taking my meds. Literally. If I don't take my meds in 5 days, I will get depressed. I can't sleep, no motivation. You know, I want to stay in the dark, stay in bed. I know what depression is, and I know how it is when I get depressed. So I know I have to go back on my meds, especially right now with this fatigue crap going on. And it's really was fucking with my head the other day. I told my sister, I don't feel fucking right. I don't feel right. I need to start taking my meds because this fatigue is going to take me to another level, you know? And who wants to walk around like they have no fucking, like, your own weight is a fucking problem. And I'm tiny and my weight was bothering me. Like, I was dragging my feet like someone in a nursing home. Like, I was doing the Thorazine shuffle. Like, who? I ain't no young buck, but fuck, no. I want to have some life in my eyes. You know, I want to have some life in my eyes. I don't want to walk around like that. Like, I feel like I worked 10 hours, like 10 days straight, no sleep. Of course, that's impossible to do, but I'm just stating that I felt like a zombie, like a walking dead. Like, oh my God, like, I'm in this, I call this my second phase. My first phase was the withdrawals. And now I'm in my second phase. I thought for a second there, once I withdraw, I was going to be all right. But all of a sudden, after a whole week of feeling good, no kratom for 5 days, then the fatigue came in. That's when I came back to the kratom. And I didn't have any yellow or white strain. I only had one white strain that they gave me to test, which I used during my withdrawals, which I had no business to do that because I was still withdrawing, but I did it anyway, my addictive ass. And here I go after a whole week of feeling fine and energy and everything. All of a sudden, boom, this thing came over me when extreme fatigue came. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was sleeping and during the night, which that was a struggle for weeks, for 5 weeks. In 5 weeks, if I had, I think, one good day of sleep, people probably think I'm talking out of my ass. I had 1 day of sleep and I slept with a half a cup of kratom because my mom took it out of my hands. And I guess that was the Lord saying I had to put her to sleep. And that was the best day out of the whole 5 weeks. The rest was 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 hour. And during those 2 hours, I still kept hearing everything around me. Like, it was the worst feeling. Then one day I woke up, boom, everything was gone. A whole week of beautifulness. And then finally last week, I get all this fatigue shit. And I'm wondering, is it coming from using the kratom? I only used it 5 weeks. And I try to be very careful about it. You know, I did some red strain, not a lot. And the first week was horrible. I vomited and shitted it all out because I was taking so much. So it did me nothing. I was still sick. So I don't count that. So it's like maybe 4 weeks on it. And yeah, I was doing like 3 cups because the withdrawals were real freaking horrible for the first couple of weeks. The withdrawals were horrible. And I was trying not to let that withdrawal. As soon as I tested myself, let myself get into withdrawal mode. What time I took the kratom, what time the withdrawals hit, and an hour before those withdrawals hit, I was taking that kratom. It was harder for me because I work nights. I have to stay up the whole night. So that was messing me up a lot during my withdrawal time. I would be all right because I'm off 4 days and I work 3 days, 12 hours a week. But when I work those 12 hours, it throws my whole system off. And I spent those horrible weeks working. Imagine that. The only thing that saved me was the kratom. The kratom saved me. But now I'm gonna make a protein shake to take it to work. I'm drinking water and trying to hydrate myself because it's good to, they say it's good to, drink a lot of water when you're drinking kratom. And I'm not a person who drinks water at all, and I should start drinking water. Maybe that's a possibility why I'm always so fucking weak and fatigued, and I have to build my endorphins back up. And they said that's going to take a while. This is my second rodeo. My first one was the meth, and I clearly did that brutal withdrawal, cold turkey, 3 months, cold turkey. But after those 3 months were over, I never felt any fatigue. I felt it during the 3 months. But after that, it was over. So after this withdrawal here finished for me, and my sleep started coming back with or without pills, there were some days I sleep without the pills. I was like, fantastic. I'm back to my normal. Sometimes I take the pills, sometimes I don't. And but then this fatigue thing started coming. So I had to get back on the kratom with the white and yellow strain. Or else I would have not even touched the kratom. Maybe here and there I would have had a cup, for my knees or something, but it wouldn't be for any withdrawal purposes, because that was my main goal was to get on the kratom, to withdraw, and that was it. And and I like that yellow and white strain for a little pick me up. Yes, I would probably keep ordering that, different kinds of strains here and there as a treat. But my main goal was to withdraw. So I was kind of disappointed when this whole fatigue business started happening the last 5 days. I was like, what is going on with my body? It is fucked up. I felt like a fucking mutant. And I don't even know what a mutant feels like. So you imagine. So couldn't find the smaller water bottles. So I had to end up buying these, who intimidate me like hell. I drank one earlier, which is good. I don't drink water. So drinking this water, my sister sees this picture, she'll be like, oh my God, you drinking water? I feel like maybe I'm dehydrated. So I need to put water back in and let me see. I'm going to try to drink 4 or 5 bottles of water. I'm going to take 3 bottles to work. And instead of drinking coffee all night, I'm going to start drinking water. I need to replenish my body because I do feel dehydrated. And like my mouth feels dry and I feel like, sluggish. So I'm going to hydrate myself because, I'm missing something. I'm not a water drinker and I should be drinking water while I'm taking this Kratom, really, So here's to you. I don't drink it cold because if I drink it, I won't drink it cold. So I just let it sit in the corner of my hallway. I got a 24 pack this morning and I'd rather drink it that way. So I want to at least finish that bottle before I go to work. That would be 2 bottles that I have drank within the day, which is only 16. This is 16.9 fill ounces, which is 32 ounces almost. Well, yeah, 32 ounces. That's cool. And then I'll take another 3 bottles with me because I have a 12-hour shift and I'm going to just keep drinking it and drinking it for the rest of the day to start seeing if all this stuff could get out of me because I don't know how this work day is going to work. So I know that this strain is lasting. This is the yellow and I mix it with the Magna down. So I think I'm going to be cool for probably about 9 or 10 this evening. Pretty much. And now tomorrow's Thursday is my day off. And I'm not going to use any of the yellow strain or the white strain. Probably not. I don't know because I'm trying to see. I don't want to build up a tolerance and lose, that feeling. So if I'm going to stay home, fuck it, I'll lay in bed. I'm not withdrawing. I'll just, whatever fatigue happens. Then I'll just sleep it off or whatever, But it's the lack of motivation. I have no lack of motivation. I should be enjoying my day off, not feeling all flip-floppy. But hey, that's just me, And then I was thinking, like, my nose was running a little bit. I was like, I know I'm not addicted to Kratom. I know I'm not. I'm only been taking it 5, maybe 6 weeks now, 7. And it wasn't like I always stayed in 3 milligrams here and there. Sometime in the beginning, after the first week didn't work out, then the second week I was dosing like maybe 3 times a day because that's how bad the withdrawals were. I did that completely like for 7 days a week. Switching back and forth, sometimes the red or the King Valley. Yeah, the King Valley and the green Magnada and the super Magnada. And I try to switch up so I wouldn't get a chippy or anything like that. And then I was clean from the Kratom for 5 days and I was doing fine. And then this fatigue suddenly came up. I'm hoping that this is just a passing thing, that maybe it is dehydration. Maybe it's lack of protein. Remember, like when you detoxing, you lose a lot, and I wasn't eating in the beginning, but this Kratom does make me eat. And it does make me go to the bathroom, and it's not because I'm taking too much. It's because finally my digestive system is back. I feel like it's back in order. The suboxen put so much air in my stomach, kept me constipated. I always had a belly or a gut. I mean, an extreme gut to the point people thought I was pregnant, would give me the seat on the train, which that offended me so much, but I wouldn't say anything, but my feelings used to get hurt. And I kept wondering why I feel so bloated like that. And couldn't go to the bathroom sometime for 5 days. I had to use enema until I read the suboxen causes constipation. So since I've been off the suboxen 37 days, less than 4 milligrams, my stomach has considerably gone down. Now it's a little up because I'm drinking water, but as much as I'm drinking it, it's coming out. So I'm trying to flush, but also get that water in me, because I think that's part of what I'm going through, dehydration. And I felt that really bad when I went to the spa. I couldn't really go into the heat room for like less than a minute, because right away I just felt suffocated and turning all kinds of color. I had to get out of there. The guy says, you have to drink water, honey, because you lose a lot when you go in the steam room. So you have to be really hydrated when you go into the heated pools and stuff like that, into the sauna and stuff. You have to be hydrated. If you're lacking hydration, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble, possibly faint or stuff like that. And I was feeling sick to my stomach and little wobbly eyes. I had to get out of there. I was like, oh no, I can't take this. And it was supposed to be an enjoyable day, which I tried to enjoy it, but the fatigue started hitting me, and I had Kratom on me, and I did a tea, which did help me through the day, but it didn't quite hit the fatigue. See, that's where it's confusing. It does lift me up. It does give me a little energetic, but it wasn't taking that fatigueness away. That's where I was starting to get confused. I was like, something's wrong. Why am I feeling so fatigued like this? So maybe I need to see my doctor. Maybe my blood level is low from all this detoxing. I went through hell detoxing, guys, through hell, until the Kratom started kicking in and started working well. And once you start learning your hours and your dosing, where you could properly be peaceful, and know when to do and what time to do it, you can peacefully do it, but it was kind of rough for me. It was kind of rough. Even with the Kratom, I had good days. I had bad days. Sometimes I have a slamming cup, and sometimes I just have a cup, just to get me through the day. But like I said, the fatigue it's a whole different ballgame. It's just a whole different ballgame. I mean, I feel relaxed now, no fatigue, and I could probably lay here and take a nap. But if I do that, then I don't know if I wake up with fatigue. It's just fucking like, I hope that I don't have to dose again. I'm going to see if I make it through the rest of the night. I already had 2 cups this morning. I'm going to see if I can make it through the rest of the night during my shift without taking anything. And in the morning, I don't want to take it because I'm up 12 hours. I don't sleep at all. When I'm working, I can't. So I want to at least be able to come home and sleep. And see, that's when the fatigue is fine, when I need to go to sleep. Because then I'll just crash out. No meds, no nothing, But then when I wake up and still after 8-9 hours and I still feel like shit, then it starts fucking with my head. Then I'd be like, I'm like, okay, I did the withdrawals. Well, what's going on? Why am I feeling so fucked up? But anyway, blah, 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 blah about that. The yellow strain is okay, but I have mixed the last half a cup with some green. And I don't know, it takes the pain away, but I still feel my knees. I don't know if you guys can understand that. It's probably, the arthritis is probably past. I hope I won't be in that chronic pain person with my knees. But this year has been pretty rough, the weather. And this year was the first time that I felt it And maybe because I've been on suboxen so long, I used to feel my knees bothering me, but not as bad. But since I've been off the suboxen, these knees have been kicking, like really inflamed. So I have to learn how to find. I ordered the ashwagandha, the cat's claws, and I got to really look up this information. The guy told me what it was about, but it was quickie type of thing. I need to get something for my joints not to flare up so much, man, you know? And it's an annoying pain. It's pain, but not pain. It's bothering me. It fucks with my head. It fucks with my head. It really does. But the white strain did stop my knees from hurting this morning. And then after about 5.5 hours, my knees started again. So my knees is another problem. Now I feel like I got chronic pain in my knees. But they said I need to exercise. What that's going to do, I don't fucking know. I don't know. So I should have kept on with my therapy, but I didn't because I started withdrawing and I couldn't. My therapy was right across the street. I couldn't even go. How the hell was I going to go? I couldn't even wash my ass, let alone get up out the bed. You know? But now I feel like I'm counting all over again, like when I was counting when I was withdrawing. I've been 5 days with this fatigue. Let's see how much longer I have to go. I don't want to keep taking this kratom all the time for energy, but I gotta survive. I gotta work. I have to work. I have to work. And I could only do it with this. This is what's pushing me during the day. I mean, thank God that's there. Because I don't know what I would have done going to work like that. No motivation. My job is kind of hard. I have to lift patients and stuff. And yeah, little old me, I can lift about 60, 70 pounds sometimes. I do that. You know, it's a technique you have to use, but it can be done. And I've been doing it so long. But with fatigue, could be dangerous moving a patient and you have no strength. You know, you got your hands, their life in your hands. And I don't want to go to work feeling that fatigue that I can't move my client. That would be totally unfair to me and to her. Dangerous for both of us. But in that aspect, you know, I just wanted everybody to know that's what I'm going through right now. And I'm just going to be counting the days. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to count the days anymore. I'm going to see where this white strain, yellow strain will take me for the next 2 weeks. You know, I'm going to take it slow. A half a teaspoon here, half a teaspoon there. And, but as an addict, we never like to be uncomfortable. So go figure. So on that note, you guys, I'll probably see you tonight and let you know how my night is going. I do plan to take some white magnadol with me. Just in case if in the middle of the night, 2 or 3, I probably will need it because I'm going to be up all night. So I will probably need another dose. Yeah, most likely I'll probably need another dose because it's 12 hours from 8 at night to 8 in the morning. So I know I'll need another dose. This dose lasts me to probably 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. 5.5 hours, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 or 9, 9 o'clock. So I probably need another dose, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3. So, you know, it's every 5.5 hours. But I'm going to try my best to ride it out. You know, if I get extremely, extremely fatigued where I feel that it's going to interfere with my job, then I'm going to have to take a half a teaspoon. A half a teaspoon is better than nothing. At least I have some strength. It's better than nothing. So on that note, you guys have a good day. Get your drink on. Kratom on. See ya.